Audio Jungle.
Good morning and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss on basics of ultrasonography part 2. In part 1 we have discussed about the sound waves, how the sound waves are produced, what is its frequency range, and what is the usage of transducer. All those things we have discussed in part 1. So kindly go through that session of basics of ultrasonography part 1 to know more about sound waves and its frequencies. Let us see the interaction of ultrasound with tissue. The ultrasound signal transmitted into a patient is attenuated by a combination of absorption, reflection, refraction and transmission. So, when a sound waves transmit into the patient's body, as if in the case of X-rays, the same principle is happening. That means attenuation is happening. The attenuation is formed by absorption. One absorption, reflection, refraction and transmission. Let us see how frequency versus resolution. Resolution means the quality of a radiographic image, how it depends on the frequency of the sound waves. For example, if higher the frequency means better the resolution, lower the frequency means less the resolution. For example, we are having different transducers or different probes we are using for ultrasound scanning. I have shown some pictures of the transducer in the before session and how from this transducer the sound waves are produced. All those things I have already discussed, so kindly check out the part 1. For example, if we are using a 12 megahertz transducer, if we are using, then we will be getting a very good resolution rate ultrasonic image, but it cannot penetrate very deep into the body. But we will get a very good resolution image. Likewise, when we are using a 3 megahertz transducer, it can penetrate deep into the body, but the resolution is not good as that of 12 megahertz. So these are the two images shown of a high frequency as well as a low frequency. So this is how a frequency is related with the quality of an ultrasound image. Again, let us see the image formation in ultrasound. The electric signal produces dots on the screen. So the sound waves pass through the body and returning echo is coming back as electrical signal, and these electrical signals are producing dots on the screen. The brightness of the dot is proportional to the strength of the returning echo. Depends upon the strength of the echo, the brightness of the dot is proportional. Okay, and the location of the dot is determined by the travel time, means distance equal to velocity by time. And the fraction of the beam that is reflected to the transducer will depend on the acoustic impedance of a tissue. So the sound waves is related with the acoustic impedance of the tissue, which is determined by the product of the density of a tissue. That means the velocity of the sound that is passing through it, as well as the beam's angle of incidence. So, for example, air is having a low acoustic impedance of the order 0.004 Z, while in the case of bone it is having a high acoustic impedance of the order 7.8 Z. Actually, air is having a low acoustic impedance and air is determined as an enemy of sound waves. That is, greater the impedance, the denser the tissue. The reflection occurs from the interface of different AI. AI means acoustic impedance. The greater angle of AI means more signal reflected, works both ways, send and receive direction, since the transducer itself is giving the sound waves into a tissue and the transducer itself is receiving the returning echo from different medium interface, and it determines the returning echo will depend upon the acoustic impedance of a tissue, and the medium or the depth of this echoes returning back will depends upon the brightness of the image formation in ultrasound. So as I discussed before, interactions of ultrasound with matter, again one by one we are going to discuss. First one is the reflection. The ultrasound reflect off tissue and return to the transducer. The amount of the reflection will depend on difference in acoustic impedance, and the ultrasound image is formed from reflected echo. Okay, these reflected echoes are producing an image. Refraction. This occurs when the ultrasound signal is deflected from the straight path and the angle of deflection is away from the transducer. Sound waves are only refracted at a different medium interface of different acoustic impedance. So the sound waves is always dependent on the acoustic impedance of a tissue. From this figure or from the image you can see the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Transmission. The sound waves continue deeper into the body and these waves will reflect from deeper tissue structures. So how the attenuation is defined? Attenuation is defined as the deeper the wave travels in the body, means as deeper the sound waves travel in a body, the weaker it becomes. Means there are three processes happening. First is the reflection, second one is the absorption, third one is the refraction. So here you can see the speed of sound in air. It is about 330 meter per second, whereas in bone it is 4030 meter per second, and in tissue it is about 1040 meter per second. As the wave goes deeper and deeper, it becomes weaker. This is what is defined the attenuation in the case of ultrasound. Thank you so much for your patient listening. Hope you have enjoyed the session and understood the session, how the sound waves are interacting with the matter or how the sound waves are interacting with the human tissue. So we have discussed all about the sound waves, about the transducer, how the sound waves are produced, how it is interacting with the body tissue, and I will be discussing more about ultrasonography in next session. So stay tuned, keep watching, and once again thank you so much.